Okay, let's just hop right into it. I will be turning off alerts and emote only mode. Sorry. I feel like I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say. And I want to talk about it. Okay. I wrote down some thoughts. I wrote down some feelings. I erased some thoughts. I erased some feelings. I went through a lot of emotions lately, and that's okay. Emotions, a lot of people think that they're shameful or wrong, and that's not true. I think a lot of people need to accept that they're good. And so during this tumultuous time in the internet with friendships and with, everything going on, it's like it's important to be slow with yourself and to be patient and to be kind to yourself. That is very important. And don't feel ashamed, I guess, don't feel ashamed for having emotions. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. Let's do it. So, if you're not familiar, if you have maybe not been online for a bit, if you are maybe Patrick Star living under a little tiny rock, let me keep you updated. I'm not going to say exactly what happened. However, I will say what I know. I don't want you guys to hear the wrong thing from me. I don't want to misspeak. I don't want to miss details that are important. And I just want to talk about it and get a little bit of information out if people are clueless. So, a while ago, I think it was on Friday. Nanolis, beautiful model artist, dropped a document. And do not say Google Docky. I will start crying laughing. That shit made me laugh so hard. It's a serious situation, but man. Oh, okay. Anyways, okay. Nanolis dropped a document. You should go take a look, read it, check it out, understand. Hi, Benji. Go take a look. It was about Sinder, the VTuber, and Redacted, her manager. Hi, Benjamin. Sorry if you can hear my cat. They've been very all over me lately. I don't know why, but it's okay. I love my cats. Anyway, sorry. There was a document posted by Nanolis, and then after posted by VTuber, and then one posted by Spite VTuber, and then one posted by Silverveil. And in these documents, I feel the only reason I'm talking about this, honestly, is because my name was in screenshots where Redacted, who works very closely with Sinder, not anymore though, mentioned me as someone that Nanolis couldn't work with. Can I be honest? I was really wondering why Nanolis was like, hey, I'm so excited. Oh, drop. I can't do it though. And I was like, oh man, I thought I did something wrong, but no, it was genuinely, people behind the scenes making people feel like they had to do things. And so I feel so bad for Nanolis. I feel so bad for Bao. I feel so bad for Spite. I feel so bad for Silver. I feel so bad for Shy Lily because of everything that happened. And Cinder did she posted a response yesterday. And guys, what was that? Like, I just don't think it was a good one. I don't think it was a good response. I think a lot of it was not really accounted for. She was not really taking accountability. It was just pushed onto Red and, tossed him under the bus, tossed him in the lake. Goodbye. Cinder block tied to his feet. You're going in the ocean. And it's just really, it's disappointing. And I'm disappointed. Like, I really like to think that, sometimes good people do bad things. And I like to think that there, are mistakes to be made, but it's like, this was years in the making of this behavior, and it's disappointing. It's like, I collabed with you. I really looked up to you, Sinder, and I thought you were my friend. And I can't imagine how Bao is feeling, and Lily, and Silverveil, and Spite, and Nano, all these people, and the girlies, the girly pops, who for years have been hanging out with a literal wolf in sheep's clothing. What? I think the thing that really gets to me is that it wasn't necessarily the business. It's just business. It wasn't necessarily the business moves that hurt me, that really just made me like devastated. It was the backstabbing and the two-facedness, to be straight to the face and be like, oh, I'm so supportive and I have a heart of gold. And then behind the scenes, to just be treating people like pawns in this game of chess where you think you need to be on top. So you sacrifice your friendships and you hurt people that love you and cared for you. And it's like, what the fuck? So, I'm sure you guys have heard this time and time again. All this stuff talked about, and I'm sorry, I have to talk about it. I have to get on my chest. I haven't been doing the best. I'm sorry, but again, I promised people I'd play Repo today, like 2 weeks ago, so I'm gonna be playing Repo today. So that's why I'm streaming. I don't know, whenever this stuff happens, I don't get to sleep well, and like I feel like I'm getting sick, but it's fine. Thanks for the hydrate. I will hydrate. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, you know, in times like these, it's really hard to not just think maybe there is a mistake somewhere. Cinder can't actually be like this. You know, that's not... I think I'm going through the steps of grief, which is really stupid to say, but I think I am. I'm in denial. I'm like, that didn't actually happen. That's not what's going on here, but... Unfortunately, there is a lot of irrefutable, is that the word, proof here? There's a lot of scenarios where a lot of different people have spoken up. And I know it can sometimes feel like dogpiling. And someone could interpret it as wolf piling even. But you know what I mean? It's like when you have the actions and the poor behaviors to kind of like justify people coming forward and saying this was my experience, it's like not necessarily dogpiling, it's just being like, hey, this happened to me too, and I am hurt. And I'm hurt. So I go back to rain. Don't stop it. I'm gonna start crying. Okay. So it is very important to be patient with yourself. I've had to be patient with myself because, like, I don't know. I had a stream recently, right when things dropped, before she dropped her apology, where I was like, this was a good person, maybe who did bad things. And I still am holding out for hope that maybe she's good. But right now it's like, I don't know if I have it in my heart to forgive the actions that she did. And I definitely don't think other people should. I'll be honest, like, I think, sorry, that was, I think specifically Bao, you know, who was very excited about this model and said it in the group chat, like literally like the day after Red canceled the model with Nano. It's like, what the fuck? Huh? Like, so I don't know. I'm conflicted right now because I'm like, I want to stand with my friends. I want to, you know, be like by their side. Because I believe, can I be honest? I believe a friend to all is a friend to none. If you can't be by your friends and hear like what they have done, what has been done to your friends, and just be completely fine with that person, I think that's a problem. And right now, Cinder has hurt a lot of my friends, and Cinder has hurt me. And so it's hard, and I am kind of going through the stages of grief a little bit. I'm like, this isn't happening. And so I imagine these feelings are probably similar to what you are feeling. And so it is important to, it is important to be patient with yourself. It is important to be okay with having feelings and negative emotions. They aren't a bad thing. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to be upset because, like, I know the Pyro Pups were, I'd argue, one of the most supportive communities out there. And you guys did not fucking deserve any of that. And it's like, what? Like, I believe she had everything. And then it's kind of like Icarus. She flew too close to the sun and she burned everybody and herself. Literally, haha, funny. Her name's Sinder. I'm sorry, I use humor to cope sometimes. But just like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, who can I trust now? Who was real, who was fake? Because her performance, outstanding. That was fantastic. I believed I was your friend, but I don't think I was. So there's a lot. So I feel so fucking bad for Bao and the girly pops, like her friends. I understand making business moves, that's shitty, but you're friends. And it's so scary in this space to know who's actually there for you and who's just using you as a rung on the ladder, which then they will kick that ladder down with you still on it, looking up. And it's just sad. But I assure you, and I've kind of felt a lot of it lately, even when there's someone who backstabs you, I promise the ratio of like hands that will reach out to heal these wounds, emotional or physical, whatever. I don't think anyone was physically hurt, but you know what I mean. These hands that will reach out to heal these wounds heavily outweigh the hands that are holding the knives covered in your blood. I think 100% there are good people out there, and a lot of them are just clumped in with a few bad ones. And they, fuck. And I think we all need to remember that. And it can be really tempting to kind of withdraw and to put these walls up really high so that people need to spend years getting close to you for you to actually trust them. And I don't want that to happen. So for content creators, you know, it's really scary to trust. And I understand the hesitancy now because Sinder was a good friend to many, supposedly. And it just sucks. So I'm just really happy to see the support that these people who were hurt by Sinder are getting, that I am getting. I'm feeling a lot of support. So yeah, there was a wound that was hurting, and it's still hurting a little, but the amount of people that have reached out to heal this wound and to help and to be there and to reassure and to confirm and to just listen, it has been really, really heartwarming. And, you know, it's like, we're trauma bonding, guys. We're getting closer because we're witnessing these terrible acts. Oh, that's awesome. It's not awesome, but you know what I mean. It's like the community grows closer because of these tragedies, and that's kind of weird how you wouldn't expect that, but I've felt that. But I know a lot of people are going to be distant and withdraw and be scared and pull their arms back and pull their hearts back from others, and that's fair. But I just implore you guys to not do that. And it can be really hard because it feels like a really big betrayal because, like, you know, she was so happy and fun and kind and nice and kind. I think the first word that came to everybody's mind when we thought Sinder, it was kind. And now we don't know what to think. And now it's kind of hard to trust ourselves. But so, you know, I feel so bad for Bao. Oh, fuck. It's like I was just one person, and I really wasn't taking as much of the brunt of it as many others. But again, it's not pain Olympics. I can still hurt. And even if your name wasn't in that document, you can still be hurt. You can still cry. You can still feel like this was a betrayal. You can still be affected by it. And it's okay. And I know some people have kind of downplayed it and belittled it, but it's like, I don't know, like when I used to watch this content creator, and then he did a bad thing, and it felt like a fucking knife in my gut, even though I wasn't even affected. I'm sorry. Yeah, and it's just really sad because like the pyro pops are amazing, and the support they gave it's unmatched. It was incredible, and it's just disappointing that sometimes the wrong person got that. But I assure you, there are fantastic people out there. Like Spite. Oh, Spite. Spite's amazing. And I didn't know what was going on there, and it just breaks my heart that she had to suffer almost in silence. I had no clue. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling a bit. I'm a little all over the place. Not many hours of sleep. There's a lot going on. But thank you for listening. Again, even if you weren't affected, it is okay to be hurt. It is okay to be feeling betrayed. Because it was a betrayal. It was very much a betrayal. And so, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to want to burn your merch of Sinder if you have it. But maybe don't do that. Maybe donate it to someone who could use it instead. You know? So please remember, like, yeah, there's bad people in the world. That's inevitable. That is inevitable. But the ratio of bad to good, good's always going to outweigh it. It's always going to outweigh it. And you have to believe that it's going to outweigh it. And you have to be good. So I know there's a lot of anger. And there's a lot of people wanting to maybe have, what's the word? Not necessarily revenge, but justice. But it's like, that's not going to solve anything. Honestly, I feel bad for Sinder too, because there's a lot of people who have been hurt, and there's a lot of communities behind these hurt people who are going to feel upset with her. And it's like, yeah, she did bad things, but she's still a human, and I really hope she doesn't do anything negative towards herself, because a lot of her friends just left, and a lot of the community is upset with her, and I don't know how her job's gonna be doing, and it's just a lot. So, okay, I really hope she is okay regardless of things. I hope you're okay, but I don't really want to know about it, you know? It's like, I'm gonna keep my distance, but I just hope she's okay. And I really hope my friends who were hurt are okay too. I just hope we move on from this and we're happier, I guess. And we don't withdraw into our shells, our safe little shells where nobody is our friend and we don't have to get hurt ever again, but we don't have happiness or friendships or any sort of passion from any human. Don't do that. And don't send hate. Don't send hate. I know what you want is, you know, to have that hurt that you are feeling mirrored back to the person that caused this hurt. You want them to feel it. You don't want to have this feeling. You want to pass it off to someone at Goodwill. You know, it's like, double it, give it to the next person. That's what a lot of people are like. They don't want to feel this, and so they attack, they lash out. But it's like, that's not helpful. That's not helpful. I'd like to think that Sinder regrets this. I'd like to think that she's already suffering a lot, and I don't think that would help. And it might make you feel good in the short run, but it's not. I don't think anger is really helpful. You're okay to be angry, but don't lash out. I think that's what it is. Anger is not a bad thing, but lashing out due to this anger is a bad thing. Don't be Kyle. Don't punch the drywall. Okay, chill out. Chill out. And just be kind. And just be patient with yourself as well as others. This has been a lot. And I'm sorry, I'm ranting. There's a lot on my mind, as you can probably tell. And again, I think I'm just worried about this community getting scared of each other. It's already scary. It's already scary, but I don't want that to happen again. If it was up to me, it would be like, hey guys, we did it. Haha. Sure, this happened and it sucks, but let's all come together and be friends about it. But that's not realistic, you know. That's the Disney protagonist in me wanting that to happen. It's not going to happen, and that's okay. So there's a lot going on, and people are angry, and people are hurt. And it can be really easy to try to lash out and take that anger and put it somewhere else, but that's not good. That's not good. Don't bring more hurt into the world when you're suffering from hurt. It doesn't make sense. Anyways. Oh. We're going to take a few deep breaths here. I'd like to apologize if this is your first time watching my stream. I don't like getting emotional on stream because I'm an internet jester. I am here to bring laugh and joy and make you forget about your real life. But unfortunately, sometimes there's a little situation where there's a rat. There's a rat in the throne room and we have to chase it out. Okay, maybe that sounded a bit mean. I'm not calling Sinder a rat. Maybe there's a inevitability of a bad thing happening within the courtroom and we have to talk about it. Sorry, the throne room. So the internet jesters have to take a second, okay? But we're back. Show's back on, baby.